Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. If you are new, my name is Autumn, and I am homeschooling my oldest daughter, who is in second grade, and my youngest, who is doing kindergarten work. If you're new to my channel, then you may not know, but 2 days a week, we are normally homeschooling away from home. And so we are in the fortunate situation to live very close to my grandparents, my girls' great-grandparents, and we make an effort every week to visit them. And so once a week, we are generally homeschooling at my grandmother's house on my mom's side, and then another day during the week, we are homeschooling at my grandmother's house on my dad's side. Now, those days are very limited for Emmy. I can normally either do what we need to do at home, or since I only do 4 times a week with Emmy, I don't always do her school if we're at one of the grandparents' house. And so this is mainly what I do with my oldest, my second grader, when we are not at home. So from the beginning, we have generally used a clipboard even at home. So something just like this. I have a ton of these lying around because my girls, as you can see, there's a picture on this one, but my girls just like to use these in general. And in our old house, we didn't really have a homeschool space or anything. And so we would be homeschooling up in Alani's room or wherever. That was a time where I had Alani and then Emmy was a toddler. And so things were really just a lot different at that point. But I would use a clipboard. I would put whatever papers we needed onto the clipboard, and we would just have everything on this clipboard. And if I was leaving the house, then I would have everything on the clipboard when I was leaving the house. And so I would just put all of the subjects right on this, and we were working on this. And I continued that into first grade as well for the most part. Toward the beginning of her first grade year, we moved into this house. So I wasn't always using a clipboard because we did have, well, we do have now our homeschool room and a table, but she still really did like using a clipboard to do her work. And so this was something that we were still using when we were leaving the house. But this year I had gotten a storage clipboard. I had been eyeing them up for so long, and though they're not super expensive, I wasn't sure if it was something that I wanted to put my money into, but I decided to get one. I got one for each of my girls, and that is what we were using from the start of the school year. So this is what that looks like. It is a clipboard. I actually had something like this when I was teaching as well, but it is a clipboard and you can open it up, and then it has storage space inside. So this worked really well because I could put all of her papers in here, and then I could pull from those papers, put them on the clipboard, and she could work on whatever I needed her to work with. And then this area here had the pencil, her highlighter, everything she needed. I would put all of that stuff in, and then I'd have everything we needed when we were ready to go. I would grab this clipboard, I would grab whatever books we needed, I'd pack up my bag, and we'd head to wherever we were going. So this was working for us for a really long time. I still really like it, and I would recommend them, but I had gotten something just randomly on sale in the beginning of the year, and that has actually been what we have been using more recently. Now, I say more recently because it's literally only been this week. I've been trying it out this week. I figured if we like it, then I will make kind of, not a permanent, but like a more permanent setup. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. And so far, we've been really enjoying it. So as much as I like this, what had happened was I just reached capacity with what I could store in here. And so it got to the point where between like the different notebooks and everything like that, yes, I don't have to store them inside of this, but it is nice to be able to contain everything. And this just wasn't able to contain it all. Again, I don't have to put everything in here. It is not necessary, but it was something that I wanted to be able to do, and I just couldn't do it with this. So I decided to pull out the Trapper Keeper that I had bought in the beginning of the school year, just as something that like, one day I will use this with the girls, but it's on a really good sale, so I'm gonna get it now. And I decided to pull that out, and that's really actually been working for us. Again, it's only been this week that we've been using it, but I just wanted to share just what I'm doing recently. So I actually had purchased 2 of these, but I only am using it with Alani. It's really not necessary to have something this big for Emmy. But what I appreciate about this is it grows. Like, it's not just one sturdy thing and it can't really like get any bigger or spread in size. Like this grows as I put things in it. So I'm going to show you kind of like what I've got going on right now. All right, so this is the Trapper Keeper that I got. I knew my girls would love it because it's rainbows and hearts, and they love all things that are colorful. And so this is not exactly my aesthetic, but this is all them. But so far, this is how I'm kind of storing things. So this is Alani's language arts notebook that I have here, and then the current book that she is reading. I kind of just push those into this pocket, and that has worked perfectly. And then her Explode the Code book is in here, as well as her math, the application problems for her math are spiral bound in here as well. And so all of these things easily just fit into here, and I'm able to close it. Now, again, I haven't filled this up with too much stuff, but so far this has been really working. So what else I have in here is the vowel chart from Pinwheels that we're now using in Wand. And so this was in her LA binder before. I just put it in here so that it's just readily available. We have it with us when we go. I don't have to bring her entire LA binder. So this is working out really well for us, having it like this. Now, I've just thrown things in here. This is not like any sort of organization. I haven't added dividers or anything like that. But these are the math notes pages. And then, so this is what she has so far left this week. She's already done the rest of these. And so this is the notes page she has left to do. And then since I printed this double-sided, I have this page in here that she still has to do. So this is just the coordinating exit ticket page for this math lesson. But what I had done is I had just thrown all of the math papers in here for the week. And we've been working out of this and then taking them out because she hands in her papers when she's done with them. This was already a thing that we were using. So this, I've been calling this her writing folder, and this has always just been out. So I just put it into the binder to make it a little bit easier. But all of the writing pages that she's been needing to refer back to are in this folder. I just didn't have her putting them back in a binder because she's often like taking them out and using them. So I have these in here, and then I had her cursive on this side. This is just what we've already been doing, but I decided to add this folder in here. And then the writing pages she hasn't done yet, these were in her writing binder. All I did was just take them out and put them in here. And so these are the writing pages that she has yet to do. It's not like she's going to finish this in the week. It was just easier to put them all in. And so that's what I did. I really just want to make this a week's worth of work, and she takes more ownership on this. I would not put so many pages in here. It's funny because I actually hadn't looked ahead this far, but the personal narrative sample is a roller coaster at an amusement park, and that's exactly what Alani's writing hers on without even having seen this writing sample yet, because we haven't gotten that far. But so those are those pages. And then the other thing that I like about this is this clipboard. It's one of the reasons I ended up buying it, because as I've shown you with the two other things, we love a clipboard. And so what I really like is I can literally just fold this over. This Velcro piece here goes like that, and it's together now, and she has a clipboard. If she wants to work on a clipboard, she has it. She doesn't have to, but I just love that this is an option here because we are such a clipboard family. And so this is just something that is super helpful. I did not even realize that we were going to be using this way. I just bought it and was hoping that we would like it, but I'm really enjoying this. As I said, I'm just figuring out right now like how I want to use this and what's working best. But my favorite thing is I can fit everything that we need in here and we're ready to go. Now, when we start core knowledge, language arts, I'm going to see like how I want to do this and everything, because generally I'd put these kinds of things in their own binder, especially because she's reading it like book style, like a student book. So I haven't decided if that's going to go in here as well. But eventually when I organize everything for the second part of the year, that's when I'll figure that out. This is not a top priority for me right now. I just have been using this system this week and it has made me really happy. So I wanted to share it. So that's really actually been helping us this week. I think it's really helped us to be a little bit more organized. And I'm kind of looking into moving this into a more permanent kind of thing, as long as it continues to work, because right now I have different binders for all of the subjects. The separate binders was working for a while, and I think I will continue printing like additional pages in separate binders and only just putting a few things in Alani's binder. I don't want to like overwhelm her. So far, I think a week's worth is kind of good, but I think that this might be helpful. I'm considering then just putting in dividers and just making it more organized so she can really take a little more ownership of it. But I think that this might be the direction that I move. We will see. I still haven't printed out all of her core knowledge things. I don't know where I want to do that. I don't know if I want to add that into this binder or not. So again, I will have to see. I will play with it and I will figure it out. But this has really been helping us when we are homeschooling away from home, because everything is in here that I need. I don't really have to rethink it and check if we have the necessary items. So I figured I'd make this video in case you are someone who also schools away from home at times or a lot of times. Maybe you already have figured out this system, but for me, this is a little newer and we're really enjoying it so far. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will see you in the next video. Bye.